So again, something you want to definitely experiment with. All right, and I will be pointing out once again of how we can work with different blend modes as these things come up. All right, so again, pause the video, experiment with it, see what you can do. And then what we're going to do when we come back, we're going to work with the same exact file, our hot peppers, and we're going to learn about something called layer comps. And I can assure you, you're going to love it. What is a layer comp and why do we want to use a layer comp and why are we going to love them as promised? So a layer comp is designed to give you different iterations within the same file. So if I have a client and they say, well, listen, can you just give me like 4 or 5 different versions of what you're working on here? But I want to see them all on one page. I want you to create a PDF. I want to have several different ones churned out. It's like, really? So that means that I got to now create 4 or 5 different versions and I lose the initial one I did, or I have to find those other 3. That's a bit of a pain. Layer comps are an amazing, amazing project-based tool that's going to allow you to then say, hey, listen, I want to try one with my banner down below. I want to try another one with a different kind of blend mode. You know, I want to move things around, right? You might want to just take away some of our effects. You can do that using layer comps without having to go to another document altogether in order to process it all. So currently I'm working on my layers panel. There is a panel called layer comps. So I'm going to bring that up. I'm just going to bring this over here. Don't need my notes. And for right now, I'm just going to bring over my layers this way so we can kind of see everything a little bit better. So currently I have a layer comp panel that has no layer comps on it. So what do I need to do? I need to create those layer comps. Okay, those iterations now need to be created so they can be saved and preserved and exported so I can then show them and use them. Okay, so it's really, really awesome. Okay, this is going to save you just a ton of time and make all of your clients and coworkers very happy. So this is my starting point. So I'm going to make this a layer comp where it's like, I can always come back to this, or this is maybe one of the iterations I'm working with. So I want to save this. So you'll notice that down below here is a little plus sign. So I can go and click on that to say, hey, create a new layer comp. And it's going to ask me, oh, what's the name of this going to be? All right. And I could just call this orange banner top. Okay, and then I'll just call this pass through blend, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then you can put some notes here and here if you want to, right? So especially if you're working collaboratively, you'll want to put some notes here. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to do that right now, but certainly know you can do that. And then what are you now preserving? Okay, your visibility, your position, your appearance, absolutely everything. I want everything to be preserved. I click OK, and now I have a new layer comp. Right now, let's see what we can do if I make some changes. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and just turn off this effect. All right, so just keep it at that. That's my very simple new layer comp I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on my plus sign, and this time it's going to be green banner pass through. All right, same deal. Okay, great. Now I have 2 layer comps. This is the one I'm currently on. Now let's make some other changes here. Let's say I want to experiment with my blend mode to be a little bit something else here. So let's just try this little fiery one there. Love that. That's pretty great. And that's it. Just making one simple change, totally up to you. Go to here. All right, and I'm just going to say, let's make sure I remember what that's called. That is my color dodge. Color dodge peppers. Okay, and then again, green banner top. Click OK. All right, and then let's just do one more. Let's go. We'll be a little more dramatic, where I'm going to now move this banner way down below. So I'm just going to go ahead and click and drag while holding down the Shift key, so it keeps it in a straight line. Great, keeps aligned. And now I'm going to go over to my clipping mask, and then I'm just going to bring that up using my arrow keys, holding down my Shift key to make it go a little bit farther and faster. And then, okay, great. Something completely different now. Just trying it out. Why not? So I'm going to click on my little plus sign. I'm going to say banner, green, bottom. Okay, and then we'll just keep it dodge, blend. Okay, wonderful. That's great. Now I have 4 different iterations. Okay, cool. All right. Now let's just see it in action. So when I click over here, it takes me right back to what I want to work on, right? And then notice how I clicked on the left-hand side, not right here on the words. I clicked on this left banner to then activate it. So you can see I can go from here to here to here to here. Oh, look at that. Big jump, big jump, big jump. All right. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, what if I want things to change a little bit, right? So for this one, you know, it's a little maybe I wanted to do for the bottom one. I actually want to do a different blend mode for the banner one on the bottom. So guess what? I can now make a change to this currently. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to make a change to this. So it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, let's do that. A little greener. Okay, linear, light. So guess what I can do now? I can then refresh it and update it based off of what, let me go ahead and zoom in here so you can see what we're looking at. Just that guy right there, basically saying, hey, currently see on the screen. So I click on that and then bam, there that is. Okay, so if I compare the two, they are now different. Okay, and if I double click on that, I can then go back to here and I can say, hey, listen, this is going to be a linear light blend mode. Okay, great. Now that's all set. All right, so that's great in and of itself. But now the power comes in the fact that we can then